expect nothing, and I'm still let down.
What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another live reaction. This time for the Nintendo Partner Showcase for February 2026. As always, I am your host, Viral Vinnie. It's a new year. I have moved into my new place. Did not get as much editing done in the new place as I would have liked, but it is coming at some point eventually. But yeah, it's a new year, new beginnings, new turn of leaf, all those fun catchphrases. But yeah, it is interesting. We're starting this year off not with the normal, typical direct, but with just a partner showcase. And we've gotten various updates and small stuff throughout January. We got like the Donkey Kong Country HD update. We got the Mario Park Wonder Switch 2 edition, like mini direct. We got the Tamagotchi Life direct, the mini Mario Tennis Aces video. So Nintendo, like in terms of just like kind of the checkups and setting the stage, Nintendo has kind of already done enough for now. I still think there's lots of big unknowns. There's still stuff like Fire Emblem and Rhythm Heaven and a few other games that, as I fiddle with my chords, yeah. Again, as I've mentioned, I'm still setting up. I'm still getting this up into the right place. Hence why I don't have the boom mic arm. So we're just gonna do it like a trendy Zoomer now, where we're just gonna hold the mic like this. Apparently, this is what kids do. But back to Nintendo. Yeah, so we know enough about their year. We can kind of map out the next 2 to 3 months, roughly. But there's still a lot of big unknowns for Switch 2's second year, or well, I guess still technically first year. The first half of their year. And because this is a partner showcase, even then, I'm not really sure what to expect from this because there's stuff like Resident Evil, which is in 2 weeks or so. So I don't maybe a brief mention, but I'm not expecting big stuff with that. Um, so more so than any year, Nintendo already has a lot of unknowns, but in this being a partner showcase, it's just like, what like really does the Switch have to look forward to this year? Like Borderlands 4 just got canceled on Switch 2. This is way too early, but like technically we are supposed to get a Switch to Call of Duty this year. We don't know if it's going to be day and date or like a special Switch 2 edition or what, but like there are unknowns, but there's nothing radically where I'm like, oh man, I can't wait. Like right now, especially that we're still in year one, the big thing with Switch is, a lot of just ports. Like, oh, I want what we've already seen. Like, I want Cyberpunk. I want this or that. Like, some of them are neat. Like I've heard, some people have said like, oh, maybe Red Dead 2 or stuff like that, where it's just like, yeah, okay, cool. If it came to Switch 2, that'd be neat. We're still waiting on the Switch 2 Elden Ring edition. That'll probably be here, you'd hope. There's still Duskbloods, which is supposed to be this year, last I checked. So it's not that there's nothing to announce. It's just, looking at the year, looking at all this other stuff. Nintendo has this nasty habit where if something is announced at a rival showcase, they will then re-announce it later at the Switch edition. So like right now, we don't know Xbox's plans for Switch, so we could get like a Forza or a Fable on Switch. A Fable is already coming to PlayStation, so like it kind of makes sense. But I don't know. Again, going into these things, I always say, temper your expectations. People always go way overboard with these things. Just because I want it on video, on record. I was right about Fallout, because I think Fallout is a very prime example where people are like, oh, there's a timer, they're doing something, it's gonna happen, they're gonna announce the collection, despite the fact that like that's it was a Amazon owned website and all this other stuff, and like it just people got this, like they're gonna announce something. Season 3 or season 2 is gonna end with them going to DC, and then that's gonna be the setup for the game, and then like blah 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 blah, and like as non-spoiler it is. Not only does season 2 of Fallout not end in DC, it ends in a location where I'm pretty sure has never been tackled in the games before. So like, same with I again, I think it just comes to tempering your expectations, being realistic with these things. Like, what are we actually gonna see? The Switch 2 in no regard has been a failure, but it its best and worst strength has just been it's more Switch. It's a Switch, but it's more powerful. It can run. It's basically on par with modern consoles. Uh, we just got Dispatch, even though it was heavily censored and whatnot. But like for the most part, Switch is more or less like 1-to-1. You might have to drop some of the graphics settings and whatnot, but like you can pretty much get most games onto Switch One. So that's why going into this, for me, I'm just I'm not expecting we're getting Halo, we're getting this or that. Even Halo, honestly, would probably be a safer bet because like it also is coming to PlayStation. It theoretically could run in Switch, probably not well, but it could run it. So that's why I'm just expecting stuff like for lack of a better word, but stuff like Clair Obscure and games of that, like, hey, what were the big popular games last year? All right, here's the Switch 2 edition. Like, that's it. Um, Obviously there could be some Nintendo tie-ins. The one crazy one that I saw, which I'm gonna be a dog with a bone until this actually happens. It's so weird to me that Kazuma, or I apologize, but you have that character from Tekken in Smash Brothers, and the only Tekken games that I can really see has been like Tekken Advance on the Game Boy and Tekken Tag Tournament on the Wii U. Like it is weird we don't have a Tekken game on Switch. That just seems like such an easy layup. Um, Again, Capcom's very good with them, so we'll probably see something from Capcom, even if it's just more ports. Like, actually, yeah, because I believe they're doing 7, 8, and 9 all native, not cloud versions of Switch 2. So I don't know. Again, I always go into these things saying like, hey, temper your expectations, but especially with this one, I am of the mind of like, I'm just people always complain that this is just a series of trailers stitched together. This is just a marketing package, and it's like, no, there is a special. There's a charm and uniqueness to see new games reviewed, even if it's indie or games we've seen before. There is definitely a excitement that comes with being with a direct, but being a partner showcase, being the start of the year, and being in more or less the first year of the Switch, I'm just expecting a lot of ports and things we've seen before with the occasional stuff sprinkled in. And as this tradition donated, I have my special Timmy coffee. Would help if I made it full screen.
Deep in space, a research station was suddenly struck by a cosmic storm.
They're remaking Police Knots.
15 years later, its survivors are living peacefully. But the threat of another cosmic storm is coming up fast. Maki and Omura, two young explorers, must now brave galactic
This has a
dangers
gorgeous art
and
style.
save all that's left of their home.
Okay, this is the one that we'd
What
seen
is
before.
key in this two-player co-op adventure.
But yeah,
You'll
wow.
need a few tools to survive. The scrap hook grabs and moves platforms so you can carve a path forward. The liquid launcher blasts water to activate mechanisms and cool down scorching surfaces. And the beam cannon fires a stream of super hot heat to destroy obstacles, open doors, and more. Use the tools together, and you might discover unexpected solutions to puzzles. While exploring, you can encounter strange life forms, or opt for a detour and take a little travel break. With GameShare, two players can adventure together
Wow.
locally or online if one person has the game.
I'm obviously we're still in the first few months.
These two
I'm
brave
generally
explorers
surprised how
shape
much
their
they're
home.
still supporting GameShare. I thought that would have been a feature like no one used.
Launches exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system this summer.
Ah.
Hello, everyone.
See, that's another one of those trailers where it's just like, yeah, cool. I remember that game. What was the news there?
We'll be focusing
Hey, we're still working on it.
Publishing and development partners coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems. What you just saw was Orbitals, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2 this summer. We hope you're looking forward to this intergalactic.
Also launching,
puzzle
interesting.
adventure. Okay, let's take a look at some upcoming Nintendo Switch games.
I, I don't like to be mean, but anytime you hear a clock, your first thought is just like, oh wait, are they doing Chrono Trigger? Is it finally happening?
In the waters of Issei Bay, on an island where legends of mermaids have been passed down, a tale of mysteries and curses stirs. The latest Paranormacite mystery adventure is coming to the Nintendo Switch system. The story follows Yuza Minakuchi, a boy who works as a pearl diver. One day, while gathering on the seafloor, he encounters another version of himself. This phenomenon is just the beginning. Soon, other strange incidents begin to plague the island. A girl with no memories, strangers searching for treasure, and a housewife investigating victims of drowning. Speaking to those involved is a natural part of the investigation, but you'll also need to search deep within the waters of Issei Bay. As each of their motives intertwine, the story connects to the mermaid legend told centuries ago. Paranormacite, The Mermaid's Curse, launches on Nintendo Switch, February 19th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. Battle for World Glory!
Okay.
A new Captain Tsubasa game is kicking its way onto Nintendo Switch. Choose from a roster of
I was talking to a friend about this where,
representing 22 teams.
I'm not expecting big things for Switch 1 this year. Because we're still getting Rhythm Heaven, we're still getting Tamagotchi Life, we're still getting even that new Mega Man game announced at Game Awards. We're still getting that.
Gear up for sensational soccer action.
But
When Captain Tsubasa 2 World Fighters launches
yeah,
on the Nintendo
Captain
Switch
Tsubasa feels like oh, this is a swan song. This is the end of the. Yep, that's it. See,
including some games that will also be available on Nintendo Switch. A life or death fight for survival begins. It was a normal day until a cave-in befell the city of Tokyo. As the dust settles, our protagonist, Anne, discovers an underground world deep below the metropolis. But she's not alone. Creatures called Xeno pop
ah,
up unnoticed.
I thought it was gonna be Dino Crisis for half a second.
If you're found by a Xeno, it's game over. fighting is not an option, so quick thinking and decision making are vital to your survival. Analyze their patterns and find the best route to make your escape. Activate traps in each area to lure and ensnare any stalking Xeno. And by using GameShare, up to 4 players can share controls, including Anne's movement and camera adjustments. Whether
Cool.
locally or online, coordinate
Cool, but I
your
feel like they
preferences
just did that
to
just to
make
say
your
they have
life
game share. Like, that sounds very that seems like one of those videos where you have 2 people sharing one controller.
subterranean depths in Tokyo Scramble, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2, February 11th.
I had to see what day it was for a second.
Later today on Nintendo eShop. Awaken your Viking spirit. Battle, build, and conquer in this massive survival game.
I do believe my one friend told me about this.
Entirely up to you. You could start by gathering materials around the woods. Fashion a bow and arrows to hunt wildlife and prepare meals. With an axe, you can chop trees to build a house. Yikes! Don't get hit by falling trees. Build pillars, install beams, construct walls, make the roof, and even add a fireplace. Now you're safe, even from the cold. Wait, is this ventilated? Don't forget the chimney too. By upgrading your crafting stations, you can make items of higher quality. And once you've built a ship, set sail on the high seas to reach new lands.
That's some aggressive lighting bloom, bro.
And create even more strongholds. Plus,
I'm well
up to
aware
10
I'm pasting
players
right
online
now, but
can
alright.
explore this vast world together. Now, go forth and survive in Valheim, launching on Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay, where are the dates?
Find your way forward in these games. Return to the Kingdom of Hallownest and fight back the infection in this upgraded modern classic. Dodge, dash, and slash through this 2D action-adventure platformer, now with enhanced visuals and improved frame rates on Nintendo Switch 2. Equip charms to enhance your abilities and deal magic damage using upgradable spells while exploring the vast interconnected map. Descend into a world of insects and heroes when Hollow Knight Nintendo Switch 2 Edition launches on Nintendo Switch 2 later today.
That was an amazing
Nintendo
trailer which
Switch 2
told us
players who
nothing.
have Hollow Knight on Nintendo Switch can upgrade to the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition for free with the upgrade pack.
Neat, but what is in it?
eFootball, reborn from Pro Evolution Soccer.
Yep,
is
there's
coming to
there's
Nintendo
Konami.
Switch 2. Build out your club, sign legendary players, and compete in tournaments around the globe in World Tour mode. Join an exciting competition where national teams face off every 4 years in the International Cup Tournament. Or play with friends locally or online to prove who's at the top of their game. Experience the excitement of soccer and aim to be the best in the world when eFootball Kickoff launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this summer.
Where are the dates?
Travel through 4 ages in a brand new HD 2D action RPG. Explore the age of safekeeping, the hero Elliot's own time. The age of reconstruction, when humans nearly went extinct. The age of magic, a time when spells flourished. And the age of budding, the birth of human civilization. In each age, the scenery and citizens of Elliot's hometown will change. You can also obtain some weapons and magic unique to certain time periods. A story
I
spanning
found a
time
gun.
will soon begin. The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales, launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system June 18th.
Yeah, it's my boy Bomber.
Super Bomberman games from the Super NES era.
Why is it freezing? Also, why is this a Switch 2 exclusive? There we go.
Spanning time will soon begin. The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales, launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system, June 18th. Have a blast with Super Bomberman games from the Super NES era. Play the first Super Bomberman through to the culmination of the series, Super Bomberman 5, including titles previously unreleased worldwide. The Famicom versions of Bomberman and Bomberman 2 are also included. Plus, there's a brand new Boss Rush mode.
Okay, shenanigans. Professionalism as I sing the song. We're gonna go back to this and see if that helps.
As well as game share support. Super Bomberman Collection launches
Oh, okay,
on
it is on
Nintendo
Switch.
2 and Nintendo Switch later today.
They gotta stop doing with that double dip thing.
The unknown
Oh!
continues.
Wait, what? When? Huh?
The
What's
second
happening?
entry in the Final
What year is
Fantasy
it?
VII Remake series is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
I don't think, or no,
In pursuit of its arch
remake just came out, right?
Cloud Strife and his comrades escape the city of Midgar and embark on a journey across the vast world. Traverse the planet on chocobos, wheelies, in a buggy, or other modes of transportation. Team up
I have
with
some
allies
adulting
in
I have to
battles,
do,
blending action and strategy.
and Resident Evil is at the end of the month.
If you'd like
But
to
now that
focus
I
on the
have a
story,
PS5,
there's also a boost
this
function
is
to make
definitely like
combat
high up
easier.
on my list. I really want to.
You'll also find various activities scattered across the world, allowing you to take a break.
Because
from
I
the action.
absolutely like adored the first one.
As you interact with
And
the
that's as someone who
allies,
thought
their
the
affinity
original
toward
was
you
like
will
slightly
grow
overrated and whatnot.
impact how the story unfolds. What fate awaits Cloud and his crew in their pursuit of Sephiroth? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth launches on Nintendo Switch 2.
What?
June
So the
3rd.
same year.
Pre-orders begin later today on
Less than
Nintendo
like 6
eShop.
months later. That is wild. It's Pragmata. I don't know if it was on Switch too. I guess this is a Capcom game.
While investigating a lunar research station, an injury befalls spacefarer Hugh Williams. With him is Diana, an android called a Pragmata.
There you are.
No, it's a Mega Man.
Classified as unauthorized intruders, the two are targeted by the station AI, which sends enemy bots after them.
Come on, gun work.
These bots have near impenetrable armor,
I think I can help.
but with Diana's hacking skills, you can break down their defenses.
Initiating hack.
What the heck was that?
By moving the cursor through panels toward the green goal, you can hack the enemy bots.
There's no time to explain. Shoot now.
Once their weak points are exposed, fire away.
I hacked it.
Depending on the nodes you pass through, you can modify the damage and effects of a hack. Each
I believe
split-second
there is a
decision
demo for
can
this, but I'm
change
so
the
intrigued
outcome
by
of
this
battle.
gameplay because, in theory, this sounds like way too much on the go, having to like do the puzzle as you
What
shoot and
truth
move.
will the two find in this
But
AI-controlled
the reviews seem
research
decent, or like
No, it's not
early
what you thought,
previews.
buddies.
Overdrive protocol. Initiate.
Like I would assume later on in the game they probably give you a perk or something that
Yeah, baby. We did it.
lets you upgrade.
Come on, gun work.
Lets you upgrade, you know, your weapons and stuff.
Come on, gun work. 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 Come on, gun work.
how,
This is how we say
or it lets you hack faster. But
And what will Diana learn on this journey?
Woo. I can't remember. I figured out the mic like a few weeks ago, and then I
Launches
completely
on
forgot it.
Nintendo Switch 2, April 24th.
Wah.
A demo will
Wario.
be available later today on Nintendo eShop.
There you go.
We hope you're
Wait,
looking forward to fast-paced
did we know
combat
Pragmatus release date?
exploration
I don't think we
with a
did.
unique combination of
Wah.
hacking and shooting. Let's
Wah.
continue with more headlines.
Wow.
Journey to the Lost Lands.
Turok?
Become a legendary Turok warrior.
Oh,
in a
yeah!
galactic action shooter. To stop an alien
Oh,
threat
my one
from
friend's gonna
destroying
lose
all
his
human
shit.
life, you'll journey solo or with a team of warriors online and battle all sorts of primal creatures in ferocious combat. Swap between first-person and third-person perspectives.
I love him. He's not as
melee attacks,
well-read
special
or up-to-date
abilities,
as I am.
and
But this is one of the ones who keeps bugging me. It's like, where's Turok? Where's Turok? Where's Turok? I'm just like, I don't know, man. It was on the 64. What do you want?
Your mantle and unlock even more abilities called Echo Sinks to gain a greater edge in combat. As you venture across breathtaking worlds, you'll unravel the mysteries that ultimately hold the key to saving humanity. Turok Origins launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this fall.
Nice. No fucking date, but
Uncover the truth of Xanadu.
I want to make a joke about the movie. I know nothing about it besides the title.
That's encroaching on our own. A world where
I know it's a movie that exists. That's about it.
a boy named Ray must use his newly awakened powers against the threat as he joins Hirosaka Academy, a school for gifted students. The Academy's goal? Conquer Xanadu, the great labyrinth rumored to be the origin of this other world. While traversing the labyrinth, hone your abilities and reshape the terrain to expand the range of your exploration. Then, take on dangerous enemies in 3D action RPG combat. Use your powers to overcome foes. Outside the labyrinth, improve your stats. And spend time with your friends as you prepare to conquer Xanadu. The battle between man and monster begins. Discover the truth when Kyoto.
okay, apparently it does not like. It don't like that. I'm not sure why, but that is time for another day.
Xanadu launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems this summer. Check out these anime-style games. It's time to evolve in the latest Digimon story game.
I just love how they're like, look, we know there's always going to be anime bullshit here. There's a whole segment for it.
And sends you 8 years into the past. With over 450 Digimon to collect. Adventure through the human world and digital world to save the future. And on Nintendo Switch 2, you can select quality mode, playing in 4K at 30 frames per second, or performance mode, playing in full
Wait,
HD
whoa.
at 60 frames
What?
per second.
Okay,
Digimon
it's so
Story Time
it's just so weird seeing that on a Switch console.
Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch
Like,
systems, July
I
10th.
don't know how that works. I assume it would be baked into the game from the PlayStation, but okay.
An adventure set high in the sky is soaring in.
It's interesting to see if other developers are going to start doing that going forward. Because they're like, we're already making this for the PlayStation, so might as well just port it over.
Teamwork and summon mighty primal beasts to vanquish your enemies. You can also team up in local or online multiplayer. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok
What?
launches on Nintendo Switch.
Why do all the anime games have the dates? Well, so a lot of them are like June, July, so
The latest Monster
March to
Hunter
April
story
isn't looking that good.
flying in. Your monster allies, called Monsties, can learn special abilities through a ceremony called the Rite of Channeling. Raise your Monsties as you travel the world.
Please don't call them that. There are infinite amount of better ideas. You could call them that.
Verge of extinction, and the riders trying to save the world will have to contend with an even greater threat. Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection.
You need to call them Monsty Hunters. Monsty Hunters.
March 13. A demo will be available later today on Nintendo eShop.
Neat.
Save data can be transferred to the full game once purchased. New titles are joining the archives.
Ridge Racer. Yeah!
Wave Racer.
Oh, come on!
95 speeds into the archive.
I was so close.
Aim for first place in a race against
Come on, the odds of that was.
And get ready for a new line of home console titles.
Uh-oh.
Console Archives is on the way. Doraemon. Sonic Wings Special. And more will be released over time. The first wave of Console Archives titles includes Cool Borders
Nice.
and Ninja Gaiden 2: The Dark Sword of Chaos.
There's two of them.
Titles will be available on Nintendo Switch 2 later today.
And you have to assume on PlayStation and whatnot. Oh, and we're done. Okay. Wait, no, we're not. This is a sister. Wait. Huh. I'm surprised. That seems like an easy layup. I'm surprised they haven't done a Fallout Shelter, but for Star Trek. Cute date.
Wake up, little June.
Why are you hiding? Let's make some noise.
We found another body.
Yep.
I need your eyes on the crime scene.
The rumor is that
Deaths occurs across America.
I believe it's Alyssa.
FBI analyst Grace Ashcroft.
Not even close.
while investigating.
But I believe the rumor is Grace is getting an amiibo, which would be interested. Just like of all the Resident Evil characters, she's the first one to get an amiibo. Not Chris or Jill or even Leon, who is
Unknown
in this game.
A limited supply of healing items and ammunition are at her disposal. Will she confront the threats head on, or save her ammo for the next encounter? For Grace, impending doom is always close at hand.
But for
Meanwhile,
Leon,
another agent working for an anti-bioterrorism organization is also on the case. Leon S. Kennedy.
6 survivors of Raccoon City Hall.
do we know what the S stands for?
With his physical prowess, Leon can parry an opponent's attack, then strike to break the stunned opponent's stance in close quarters combat. He can fire from a distance using handguns and rifles, or use an enemy's weapon against them. Leon has a varied arsenal of attacks at his disposal. This game features both third-person and first-person camera perspectives, and you can change your perspective at any time. There are multiple difficulty options available, including a mode for less experienced players that features aim assist. Guide Grace as she attempts to escape unprecedented terrors. And Leon
Surely this cannot be the one more thing.
to carve his own
Surely.
path. What will they discover when their fates intertwine? Resident Evil Requiem launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system February 27th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard
Yeah, like I said
and
earlier.
Resident Evil Village will also be available the same day. Horror-filled excitement awaits, whether you play these games or Resident Evil Requiem first. Plus, a Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller featuring original art is releasing
Cool.
alongside the games. Amiibo figures of Grace and Leon
Okay,
will also be
okay.
available this summer.
At least it's not just Grace.
Scan them to receive in-game weapon skins. Resident Evil
If
Requiem
amiibos
links
weren't
them to the Resident Evil series
ludicrously
launch
expensive at this
later
point,
month.
like I would pick up the Leon, but
You can also look forward to a creator's voice video featuring a member of the Resident Evil Requiem development team. The video will release in the near future. Next is our last announcement.
it's got to be Duskbloods.
Hey everybody, from all of us here at Bethesda Game Studios. If
Starfield?
you're like us, Nintendo has meant so much to you.
Fallout!
From your early days of gaming to now. It was incredible for us to
Todd,
play
what
on the
secrets?
original Switch, and it was just such a great
Skyrim!
part
Do it!
and also
Do it! Skyrim again!
when you play. We're excited to finally bring a number of our franchises for the first time to Nintendo. We hope you all enjoy the journey.
Vault Dwellers, welcome home. Fallout
Yeah,
4
I
Anniversary
feel like they announced this already.
on Nintendo Switch 2. Scavenge, shoot, build.
It's funny because I love this game.
You reshape the wasteland.
It's also my first Fallout,
What
so
remains of
like
civilization.
a lot of issues people had were like, oh, it's just Fallout 3 again. It didn't affect me too much. The biggest issue for me is just the fact of like, now that it's been so long, I would love to go back to it, but like, I don't want to sit in front of the TV and do all this other stuff. I feel like it would be perfect on Switch, and it never came to Switch 1.
Commonwealth is packed with stories waiting to be
Like, I
told.
think this is a perfect pick up and
In
play
addition to
game.
the base game, experience 6 official expansions and over 150 Creation Club items to expand your adventure. Grab your Pip
Yeah,
Boy
like I played
and
Automata, and I played a little bit of the
4 Anniversary Edition, launching on
Oh,
Nintendo
that's like
Switch 2,
day after my birthday.
24. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Yeah, so it's a shame it's not Switch 1, but
1937.
oh,
Sinister forces are on the hunt for an ancient power, and only one person
this is a
can
problem
stop
with publishers buying publishers. I always forget this is technically a Bethesda game.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, set between the events of Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Last Crusade. Indy will journey around the world to uncover the mystery behind the Great Circle. From the pyramids of Giza to the sunken temples of Sukhothai and beyond. Use your wits to infiltrate historic.
It is interesting how much like they keep going back to Egypt. Like, how many secrets do the Egyptians have, really? You would figure after a certain point, we'd discover all the secrets of Egypt.
Adventure calls when Indiana Jones and the Great Circle
Cool.
launches on Nintendo Switch 2, May 12th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. Explore the vast landscape of Cyrodiil in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion.
Again, in a vacuum, these are not awful announcements. But it's just like, hey, our big one more thing. Ports. It's like, cool.
Then adventure amongst an unforgettable cast of characters.
By the grace of the gods, I serve Tambriel as her ruler.
And fight back the Daedra to close shut the jaws of Oblivion. Master ranged or melee weapons. Wield powerful magic. Or use stealth skills to best your foes. In this remastered version, character models, weapons, even rocks and sweet rolls have all been meticulously recreated. Combat animations have also been updated to give them a modernized touch. Plus, the Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine expansions are included alongside the main story to take your adventure even further. Step through the gates once more when The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system.
It's a port. Give us a season.
We hope you're excited for these games from Bethesda Softworks. That's all for today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. Thank you for watching.
Say psych. Say psych. So that was the Nintendo Direct. I try to always give these things the benefit of the doubt. I try and come in, understanding, again, this is just marketing, this is just trailers. On a base level, right, like, if you're just viewing it from the perspective of, hey, I don't know who this person is, but, if you are someone who bought a Nintendo Switch, knows nothing about gaming, and you're only you don't read social media, you don't listen to podcasts, you don't do all this other stuff. Your only source of news is Nintendo Directs. Cool, like, we had a few March, Aprils, like, in terms of like, hey, here are games to come in the next few months. Sure, cool. Wow, it really does not like 720p, does it? I do not understand why, because I have way better internet at this place. That is a problem for future Vinnie to figure out. But
and the beam cannon fires a stream
I
to destroy obstacles, open doors.
Again, I don't want to be pessimistic. I try and look at the good side, but like, this is one of those presentations where it's just like, well, we have a marketing agreement. We said we would do a direct at before Q1 ends. So here you go. Here's a direct. Like, especially with this one, like, I even believe we knew it was split screen and whatnot. Maybe the game share is new, but like, I just you know what? That was a bad one. I don't want to like be negative. I don't want to bite the bullet, but like, that was bad. When your one more thing is ports, and then the last game, like the game you are ending it with, does not even have a release date. That is a bad presentation. It is a port that doesn't have a release date. End it with Indiana Jones at that point. Like, you could have edited it slightly differently and saved you so much headache. But like, I do remember there's that marketing beat a few months ago or whatever it was, where the tagline of the commercial was just like, "Oh, Nintendo's got games," and that's just what this presentation feels like. Where it's just like, "Hey, we got games." A lot of them are ports and indies and stuff you've played before, but Nintendo has games. And it's like, okay, on the most literal sense, like, yeah, there are games to play this year that are new to Nintendo Switch, but like, I'm sorry, like, I try and always like come at it from the right perspective. You know, I understand, like, apparently Nintendo was very stingy with dev units, and they're only just getting out within the last few months. But with, you know, Mario Tennis Aces is in like a week. That's done. No Duskblood, no Elden Ring. I don't know what's going on with that port. Just cancel it at this point. But basically, the way Nintendo is pitching this is, hey, we don't got anything till E3 or till Summer Games Fest. Like, I'm at a loss for words. Again, if you have a Switch 2 and it is your only console and you sold your Switch 1, I think this is fine. It's like, cool. Alright, I have 1 or 2 new games, but like, yeah. Yeah, and you have stuff like Resident Evil and whatnot and Pragmata. Like, Capcom is Nintendo needs to not buy Capcom, but they need to give them like a bonus or something, because they're holding up a lot of their console with Resident Evil and Pragmata and even stuff like Monster Hunter and whatnot. Like, this was bad. Not even disappointing, because I think disappointing implies I had some expectations going into this. I just wanted to go. All this does to set the tone is developers just view Switch 2 as a platform as like an aftermath. Hey, we will do the console and PC version, and then a year and a half later, you'll get a Switch version. Like, cool. It doesn't really incentivize you to play exclusively on Switch. But yeah, okay. Like, even normally going into this, I'm like, all right, there's 1 or 2 like Turok from my roommate or my ex-roommates at this point. The console archives is kind of cool in theory. Obviously, it's not going to be AAA like amazing stuff. But I'm curious to see like how in depth they get with like the partners they choose and all this other stuff. I'm not quite sure. I feel like I'm rambling at this point, so I'm gonna call it there. But yeah, like, even for partner directs, I expect more, Nintendo. And the biggest thing, like, before we wrap this up, is just the fact that, like, I don't know when they do a direct again.
Build pillars,
Because
install beams, construct walls. Make the
they're not going to do one in February, obviously. March might be too early.
ventilated. Don't forget the chimney too. By upgrading your
Maybe in April, and then you can do the June one. But
once you
if I was Nintendo, I would just do like little, like they did with Tamagotchi Life or Mario Kart 8, Mario Tennis Aces or Donkey Kong. Just release those individual videos.
explore this vast world together.
So this does
Now, go forth.
this does put like a lot of pressure on Summer Game Fest for that one to really knock it out apart and go like, all right, hey, here is year 2 of Switch. We know you've been waiting. We know you like are anticipating a lot. Like,
Return to the kingdom of Hallownest and fight back the
but then you get into that weird position of like, all right, well, we don't have dates for
and slash through this
Fire Emblem or
enhanced visuals and improved frame rate.
so unless they release Fire Emblem in like April or May and just don't do a direct for it or like do an individual direct, I'm just not quite sure.
Send into a world
I don't know.
of insects and heroes. Hollow Knight. Nintendo
By no means am I like ringing the alarm bells like, oh, Nintendo's in trouble. Nintendo's. I think it's just an issue of
can upgrade to the Nintendo
you know, launching in June, not giving the developer kits out,
to Nintendo Switch 2.
all these other various issues. Like, I don't think Nintendo is in trouble, but this
In tournaments around
as the first year is a lot softer than the Switch one.
4 years in the
And again, I'm not panicking. I'm not like Nintendo's dead, but I do think this puts the pressure on Summer Game Fest and that summer presentation. That one really has to get a lot of the goodwill back. Like, hey, we're still Nintendo. We're still good.
launches on Nintendo
You know,
Switch 2.
this presentation that shows the third party's still going to be there. You will still have third party support, even if it's like 6 months to a year delayed.
2D action
Um,
RPG. Explore the age of safekeeping.
And
The hero Elliot's
yeah,
the age of reconstruction.
I just expected a bit more.
Humans nearly went
But that would do it for now.
age of
I'm going to go and kick my PC, see if everything's working well, and then I will see you folks next time. You can find me all the usual places. Viral Vinnie Show on Facebook. Viral Vinnie on Blue Sky. I usually rant about Fallout and
certain time periods.
a lot of Animal Crossing lately. I've just been obsessed with that.
The adventures of Elliot
Viral Vinnie gameplay. All that fun plus.
on the Nintendo Switch
But I've been Viral Vinnie. This has been the Nintendo Partner Showcase for February 5th, 2026. And I will check you guys next time.
Yeah, who's your daddy?